Most men think the way to regain power when a woman ignores them is to react harder. Double text. Withdraw dramatically. Post indirect messages. Act cold. Try to win the silence. But that reaction already reveals the deeper problem: emotional dependence. The man who cannot tolerate being ignored is usually not attached to the woman herself, he's attached to the validation she represents. And the moment a person realizes your emotional state can be controlled by their attention, the dynamic changes completely. Real authority is not loud. It doesn't beg for acknowledgement. It doesn't panic when attention disappears. A man with genuine presence understands something most people never learn: silence exposes emotional weakness faster than conflict ever will. When someone ignores you, your reaction becomes the entire psychological story. What many men misunderstand about attraction and respect is that emotional control is observed more than spoken about. People watch how you respond to uncertainty, rejection, distance, and delayed attention. That applies in dating, leadership, friendships, and business. The man who becomes emotionally chaotic the moment communication changes reveals that his confidence was conditional the entire time. But the man who stays composed communicates something powerful without saying a word. His identity remains stable regardless of another person's behavior. Ironically, this is what often shifts the dynamic. Not manipulation. Not games. Stability. When a woman ignores you and you immediately chase clarity, reassurance, or validation, you unconsciously place her emotional responses above your own self-respect. That's why routines matter more than most people realize. A disciplined mind is harder to emotionally provoke. One book that connects deeply to this idea is Atomic Habits by James Clear. It's not a dating book, but it explains how repeated behaviors shape identity and emotional reactions over time. Men who constantly react impulsively usually build habits around emotional dependence without noticing it. Calmness is trained. Composure is trained. Discipline is trained. Link in the description if you want to check it out. As an Amazon associate, the channel may earn a small commission at no extra cost to you. And that's important because self-mastery is rarely one dramatic transformation. It's usually small psychological corrections repeated consistently until your behavior changes under pressure. If you value serious conversations about psychology, confidence, and self-mastery, subscribe to Stoic Minds. Most content online teaches performance. Very little teaches internal control. In real life, emotionally grounded men behave differently when ignored. They don't immediately assume disrespect. They don't spiral into overanalysis. They observe patterns instead of reacting to moments. A woman taking hours to respond is not automatically a test, an insult, or a power move. Sometimes people are distracted, uncertain, emotionally inconsistent, or simply less invested. The mature response is clarity, not obsession. If interest disappears consistently, the strongest move is often quiet detachment. Not to punish her. Not to destroy her ego. But because self-respect naturally removes you from one-sided dynamics. There's also another layer most people avoid discussing. Some individuals ignore others strategically because they know emotional reactions create leverage. Attention becomes currency. And many men unintentionally reward this behavior by abandoning their standards the moment attraction is involved. They become overly available, overly reactive, overly accommodating. But attention given without boundaries loses value quickly. People respect emotional steadiness because it signals options, priorities, and internal structure. At work, the same principle exists. The leader who panics under pressure loses authority instantly. The employee who constantly seeks reassurance appears uncertain. The person who remains calm, decisive, and emotionally regulated becomes psychologically difficult to manipulate. Human beings naturally trust stability. So when a woman ignores you, the question is not how to make her feel smaller. The real question is whether you can remain grounded without needing immediate validation. That is the deeper test. Self-control is attractive because it reflects emotional independence. And emotional independence creates clarity. You stop chasing mixed signals. You stop negotiating for attention. You stop performing for approval. In the end, confidence is not forcing people to respond to you. Confidence is knowing your value remains intact even when they don't. That is real power. Quiet. Controlled. Unshaken. Subscribe to Stoic Minds for more psychology and self-mastery content, share this video with someone who needs it, and check the affiliate link in the description for recommended tools and resources focused on discipline, confidence, and personal authority.